All right, class. Today you're going to learn the basics. You're going to learn the basics about Microsoft Word. You're going to learn how to highlight, learn about the insertion point, how to change your font styles and font size, how to change your margins, and you're going to learn about the paragraph so that you can know what to always make sure the before and after is, and the line spacing, whether you can single space or double space. So to get started, let's go to this paper that I have already set up. First things first, in order to change something, you must always highlight. Okay, so you're going to put your insertion point, which is that flashing line, in front of the text you want to highlight, and then you'll just move your mouse over and then you'll unclick. So, but what if I want to highlight the entire document? I'm going to press the control key and the letter A at the same time, and you see that it highlights the entire document. So always, if you want to highlight something, you have to, or if you want to change something, you have to highlight the document or highlight exactly what you want to change. So for our paragraph, in order to get our paragraph dialog box, we're going to click on this little square right here and remind you that we're under the home menu. And we want to make sure our before and after is always going to be 0. And we're going to change our line spacing to single. And then we'll press OK. So now if you notice, my line spacing is single. All right, so if I want this line spacing to be double spaced, we'll go back. Everything is already highlighted. And let's make sure that's set to 0 as well, before and after. And we'll change this to double. So now you see that the document is double spaced. Now what if I wanted Ritter and Manufacturing to be underlined? I'll highlight it and then I'll underline it. Now, if you're not sure if something is underlined, italicized, or bold, all you have to do is highlight it and see what comes up. You see it's bold and it's underlined. Those two things are selected. If I want it to be italicized, then I will click it. If I want to undo something, I will simply unclick it. I will simply click it again, not unclick it. Click it again. And now it's just italicized and underlined. If I don't want it italicized, I'll click the italicized button to where it is not highlighted anymore. And the same thing for the underline button. All right. The next thing that we're going to learn is to change our margins. So in order to change our margins, we must go to page layout and we'll click on margins. We want to always be able to customize our margins so we could just type it in ourselves. Okay, so let's say we want our top margin to be 2 inches. I could simply just type the number, or I can use the arrow keys. And I want our left margins to be 1, our bottom margins to be 1, and our right margins to be 1. Okay, so that's just keeping it simple. And if you notice that it's going to start from 2 inches from the top of the page. So we'll start being able to type text 2 inches from the top of the page. Also notice that I have indented, I've indented because this is the start of a paragraph. So in order to indent, I'll simply push the tab key one time. And this paragraph right here is left aligned. So I know this because I've highlighted it and the left align button is selected. Now if I want it centered, I could press the center key. If I want it right align, I could press the right align key. But we're going to keep it left align. Now what if I wanted to put something like my name above Ritter and Manufacturer? I'll simply press the enter key and then I'll go to the right side of the page so that I can type my name. Remember that 2 spaces goes after a period, 1 space after a comma, 2 spaces after a colon, and 1 space after a semicolon. The only time you put 1 space after a period is if you're doing something like this, Miss Russell, or Mr. Russell, or Dr. Phil, or Mrs. or Miss, that sort of stuff. That's the only time you put one space after a period. And that is the end of today's lesson. You guys have learned how to change your margins, your line spacing, the font style and size. And remember that you press control and end, control and the word end to go to the end of the document, and control and the word home to go to the beginning of the document. And that is all for today.